Obesity and being overweight are two very significant healthcare issues in our world today. Over 70% of our population suffers from these maladies. Beyond surgery, what are people's options when it comes to overcoming this health challenge? Back and neck pain, joint aches, muscle aches and soreness, chronic pain, and other conditions are mostly caused by weight issues. What if you could combat these health conditions by treating them naturally, accelerating the healing process, and maintain your health long term? My guests today use their skills as doctors of chiropractic and knowledge of health and wellness products to treat these pains and accelerate weight loss in their patients. Let's learn more about Health Factor Weight Loss, the natural solution to losing weight. Hi, and welcome to Coffee with Claire. As you regular viewers and listeners know, we're always meeting and talking with business leaders, entrepreneurs who like to give back and have fun. My guests today are Dr. Mark Mandell and Dr. Andrew Oteo. Doctors of chiropractic, Mark and Andrew are both active in healthcare as practitioners and business leaders. Mark is a third-generation chiropractor, a former educator with Parker University, and has helped design and market several nutritional supplements through national retailers. Currently, he is the president and co-founder of Health Factor Weight Loss, a natural weight loss franchise with 12 locations in 6 states. Andrew is a passionate health advocate and chiropractor. He has served on the medical team for the George W. Bush Center's Warrior Open Golf Tournament and is an adjunct professor at Parker University. Andrew is currently president and clinical director of Stonebridge Chiropractor and Physical Medicine, an affiliate of Health Factor Weight Loss. Please help me in joining Drs. Mandell and Oteo to Coffee with Claire. Thank you so much for being here, guys.
Yes.
I am so excited to have you guys talk about this really, really important topic because, oh my gosh, I see so many people that, you know, they're hunched over because they can't carry their weight. They're out of breath when they go up a flight of stairs, just one flight of stairs, you know, and it's just amazing to me how many people kind of have fallen into this trap, you know, that you guys are so good at helping people pull themselves out of. So it's curious to me, how did you jump from this world of chiropractic to the world of weight loss?
They're not dissimilar,
okay,
but they're connected.
Okay.
In that respect. So I got involved in the supplement manufacturing world.
Okay.
And one of my business partners comes from Nathan's Famous Hot Dogs. He was the CEO of that company. Think of the hot dog eating contest.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah.
It's kind of funny now that he's my business partner in the weight loss business.
Well, maybe they kind of do go hand in hand.
But when we were selling the supplements together, he had been overweight, like 50 pounds overweight.
Wow.
And in order to promote wellness, you really have to kind of look the part and live the part.
Oh, yeah.
So he went and dropped 50 pounds and found this program that had been around for 10 years in South Florida. Mm-hmm. He calls me, he goes, we have a business here. He goes, it is so easy. He's been on diet. He's been on every diet under the sun.
Wow.
And he's lost weight, but always came back. This
Yeah.
time he lost weight and it stayed off, and it was easy for him to lose weight for the first time. And it was supplement based. So there's protein powders, there's supplements that help manage your cravings, that help increase your metabolism, and then some little snack foods like brownies and muffins kind of tide you over. It was easy weight loss in that process. And we decided that to leverage the chiropractic background is there's rooms available in chiropractors' offices, there's rooms available in gyms, there's rooms available in spas that are not being utilized, the same way that you rent your bedroom for an Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
So we talked about, well, why don't we set up and co-locate a business within those offices and make better use of the real estate? So it becomes a lower cost franchise business.
Right.
And you're leveraging another health partner. It was a chiropractor. So it was a simple merger of ideas and professional backgrounds.
And this idea was hatched when?
It was hatched last year.
Oh, Wow, that's not very long.
No.
You guys have done a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, busy year. That's probably understatement, right?
Yeah, we started selling franchises officially in January, so we're on a rapid growth rate.
Wow, good
and
for
to be in
you.
6 states has been fun.
Well, because my background is in franchising, and so I totally understand, that business model, which is an amazing business model, by the way. It makes people a lot of money if you follow the system. So I'm just going to say that. So with this business model, we're talking about the epidemic of obesity. It's an epidemic.
Absolutely.
I mean, if there's 70% of the population that are falling into this category, that's scary. So, and it causes so many other health problems that can be prevented by, getting this under control, right? So what caused this? How do we get in this position, and how do we fix it?
So if you go back, originally the biggest problem that occurred was that the sugar industry a couple decades ago wanted to sell more sugar. So they started funding all this research that promoted more use of sugar by reducing fat. They promoted the concept of low-fat diets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that where that came
So this
from?
came out about 2 years ago. It finally hit the newspapers and the mass media about that whole
That's
conundrum.
fascinating.
So for years and years and years, we were raised on low-fat diets. Eat low-fat diets is healthier. The problem is eating fats make you feel full. If you don't eat fat, you're always feeling hungry. So as part of the diet is, diets like keto and our health factor program incorporate healthy fats as part of a natural eating, but you want to kind of manage your sugar eating content, and it's a combination of foods that you want to combine certain foods. Certain foods are better eaten earlier in the day.
Oh, okay.
So like fruits, you want to eat fruits before 4 o'clock. Like that's a great, but you don't want to eat carbs and fruits after 4 o'clock, because then they're going to kind of weigh on you and promote fat deposition, like to store fat. And we want to be in fat burning mode. We want to clear out the fat. You want to be muscular. So you want to preserve your muscle mass.
Right.
And then you want to.
As Mark flexes.
And you want to just get rid of the fat, which most Americans store right
in the
here.
center. Yeah. There's this little thing that falls over your.
They call that Dunlap disease when the Dunlap's over the belt.
So we've got Dunlap disease fixing right here. You heard it here first, folks. So what's the challenge most people have with losing the weight and then keeping it off?
And it really comes down, it's not a problem about education. I mean, education is available everywhere. Everybody has a book or a website or Google search they can find about different programs, but at the same time, it really comes down to application.
Okay.
And I have the opportunity to sit knee to knee with my patients and go through what their goals are and what their expectations are, and really kind of breaking down, really setting realistic goals, but also keeping in mind, like, what is your why? Like, my biggest frustration is I can't want it more than that patient wants it. They truly inherently have to have that drive. Otherwise, it's not going to be a successful program. And so that's really what we sit down and we try to identify is what is really the key factors for that patient that they have of why they want to get rid of this weight. Maybe it's being able to pick up their kids. Maybe it's more energy, better sleep. And all of these things, too, are people that come to my office for chiropractic care for, but we're able to identify if there's things that the Health Factor program can help them with.
So you first work with them as a chiropractic doctor, and then from there you're able to, just from some conversation that you're having, kind of assess where they might need to go in that regard. And I would imagine that that's a very comfortable conversation because you've already kind of established that rapport with them as a subject matter expert in chiropractic.
Absolutely, and many times it's maybe for something completely unrelated where they didn't really think about chiropractic care is a solution for them, but at the same time knee pain, hip pain, joint pain, just like you were mentioning, and to kind of echo that along is that is such a common thing. And with the weight loss, with the obesity epidemic, weight loss, if we can just get rid of 20, 30, 40 pounds, it would decrease the stress on their body and allow them to get back to that equilibrium, that homeostasis, and decrease a lot of those symptoms.
So I'm a muggle when it comes to this kind of thought process, with the diet and things like that. So how do people like me know what diet to choose?
And that is a very tricky question.
Because there's tons of them out there.
And there's a art to weight loss, just like there's an art to physical medicine and allowing the body to do what it needs to do, because you have to do the right things for your body type. And that's really one of the key factors that Health Factor has is there's a whole assessment where we go through and we look at intra-extracellular hydration. We see where the deposition of the body fat is located.
Wow.
Because there could be more of a ketogenic approach or a protein-rich diet approach, or maybe it's more of an intermittent fasting approach that we take with it.
Okay.
But we really don't know what's best for that person until we have them come in, sit down, knee to knee with them, and find out what their body type is, what their goals are, and really match up those two things.
You know what I love about what I'm hearing is that this is totally about the individual, and it's not a one and done kind of a thing, a cookie cutter approach kind of a thing. Even though you guys are a franchise, there's a lot of options that are available that are really catered to the individual need.
Correct.
I love that because, we're all so different.
Yeah.
Our body types are different, and I don't know that very many diets really take that into consideration.
And I've had many patients come in frustrated. They're like, I've tried this, I've tried that.
I bet.
They're frustrated. They've worked through so many different programs, and it's just because they didn't have certain tweaks, certain modifications, just like Mark was saying about like timing of foods. Very simple modifications that people can make that can make all the difference in their outcomes.
Yeah, and like you said, we can do a lot of research and we can Google a lot of stuff, but there's so much to assimilate together. You guys have put it together to make it very easy for people to understand and follow.
Correct.
So what makes Health Factor weight loss work?
First off, understanding the right food choices.
Okay.
I mean, it's critical to understand the food you put in. First off, you cannot out-exercise a bad diet. So
That's true. We all try to do it.
I've never heard that before, but I like it.
So if you're not, and abs are made in the kitchen and all that stuff. Yeah. So if you want to, be fit or be healthy, you got to put good food into you.
Okay.
Okay, that's utterly critical. But if we eat like we did when we were 5 years old, if we sit down to a big bowl of cereal and we sit down to eat lots of pasta, macaroni and cheese, and carb-heavy diets, when you're trying to grow, you're going to keep growing.
Okay.
But as adults, our metabolism slows down, our activity level slows down, we're more sedentary, we do more sitting.
Yeah.
You have to curb back on your eating plans, and you have to modify that. But it's not easy. So now you have to break behavioral change.
Oh, right.
So what the Health Factor difference is the line of supplements that allow you to reduce your food cravings. It boosts your metabolism, so you're burning more fat, and it helps you get through those late nights when you want to crave salty or you want to have ice cream after later in the night. Or if you're feeling fatigued in the middle of the afternoon, we have solutions because we've been through this with thousands of people. And we know what you need to get you through.
Right.
So anytime you hit a sticking point, we got your back. And every week you come in, you talk to a counselor, you weigh in, you get your whole body analysis assessed, and we understand what sticking points you may have had during the week. And we provide solutions.
So that's a point I didn't realize. So the clients are coming in to see you guys once a week?
Absolutely.
So you're continually giving them support right at the time when they probably are starting to dwindle off a little bit, or oh wow, that big old bowl of pasta looked really good last night, so you guys are kind of coaching them through that through that whole thought process and just recalibrating their body with their mind and with more healthy ideas and practices.
Correct.
So
and it's real world time. So you're eating real food. You're going out. We're not providing prepackaged foods in the essence where this is only what you can eat.
Yeah.
You can walk into a restaurant and understand how to choose food from a menu. You can walk into a grocery store and understand how to purchase right foods. You can look in your refrigerator, your cabinet, your cupboard, and you can know which foods are going to get you closer towards the body and which ones are going to be a little more problematic. And it's not like for the rest of your life you have to change. But we work 1 week at a time. Let's take 1 week at a time and get you from point A to point B.
Yeah. So that way they've always got that little boost right there. So walk me through what the Health Factor weight loss experience is like for a client.
And so from day one, just to echo what I talked about before, goals are a key part. We sit down, we talk about what their expectations are, what their goals are. They might have a trip coming up, beach vacation they're trying to get ready for. They might have a wedding they're trying to get ready for. And so
class reunion, whatever. Gotta look good.
That's right. And so we really try to work around, a timeline that they have, set realistic expectations, but when we sit down, first and foremost, we go through what does your lifestyle habits look like? When are you eating? What are you eating? And we really try to diagnose in that sense of, where some of those weak points are that they can immediately improve upon. So we have to dive deep, but also we want to find those low-hanging fruits that we can immediately start making changes with. The first visit really comes down to that initial scan and assessment of their body. So we do a form of therapy or a form of assessment that does a bioelectric impedance with the body, and it shows different areas of, like I mentioned before, with where the body fat is being stored.
Oh, wow.
And then also, what type of exercise program may be best for them to do in conjunction with that. Some patients don't do any exercise with the program at all. So it, just like Mark said, abs are made in the kitchen, not in the weight room. But at the same time, we want to make sure that we match up their goals for what we want to see in terms of their outcomes.
And so then do you put together some kind of a prescription for them after you've done the body scan?
Exactly.
Okay.
And one of the things too is the coaching, and that's that one-on-one, the education component.
Yeah.
I have a lot of really busy professionals that come in, and one of their things is I know what to do. I just need somebody to kind of walk me through it, right? We all know what to do, right?
Yeah.
Eat less, exercise more.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
as simple as that.
Everybody hears that, but how many people actually do it?
And also, as soon as you stop eating less, your metabolism slows down to accommodate. So if you don't take a supplement or you don't exercise to keep metabolism up high, you've just lowered your metabolism and adjusted to a lower calorie intake, and you don't change. So yeah, you can get maybe a week or two, you get results, and then it stops. So we want to keep getting results for months and months and months to get you where you want to be.
Yeah.
That's where the supplementation comes in as boosters to help you fast track that program as well too. So.
And so when you say fast track, what does that mean?
So you don't have, this is the thing I want to be clear about, with Health Factor, you don't have to buy any supplements. You don't have to take any supplements. Education is one of the key foundation parts of that. But at the same time, when you're taking these different supplements, what we found is synergistically through the different components, we find faster weight loss and more effective weight loss. There's a form of bad weight loss. There, I know it kind of comes down. I don't know if you ever heard of this, the Twinkie diet. There was a professor that just ate Twinkies, and he ate such low calories, but I mean, it sustained him. He lost weight from just eating Twinkies, right? That's a terrible way to lose weight. So we want to make sure. I know. Think about that.
A calorie is not a calorie is not calorie. All calories are not equal. Exactly. So there are healthy calories. If you have an apple, which say has 250 calories, and you have a chocolate bar that's 250 calories, those are not equivalent foods.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not calorie counting.
Don't try the Twinkie diet.
No. Although he probably improved his shelf life quite a bit.
He lived for 25 years.
They last 100 years on the shelf or something like that. So how does combining the chiropractic care, because you're manipulating people on your table and things like that, and weight loss in one location work? Do you stay in the same room? Do they move to a different room, or I mean, how does it look?
What Mark was saying is, there's a specific place that's kind of lined up for that too.
Okay.
We have our facility is 3,200 square feet, so we do have chiropractic, physical therapy, weight loss, all under one roof with that.
First class.
So, so we really try to create a good facility for patients. But when we're doing that, that's something that we like to have that special time dedicated to that. So when patients come in, they may see me for their adjustments or treatments or physical therapy, but they have that special time dedicated one-on-one with our coach for weight loss, Whitney, and she's amazing, and she's got such a big heart towards helping people, and that's one of the things that I think really separates Health Factor from a lot of programs is the coaches genuinely care, and that's infused in the education behind weight loss and becoming a coach for the program as well.
So you don't feel like you're just a number, but each person means something to you guys.
We have a cell phone dedicated to weight loss, and sometimes we have patients that text at 8 p.m. Hey, can I have this tomato? I mean, this is
that's cool.
These are real things
that
these are crises that people have. Like, hey, can I eat this or not? So
well, they're trying to stay true to their diet.
Exactly, and so we're there for them. Like, that's what we want them to understand is this isn't just a 9 to 5 for us. This is something that we're truly invested in them and their success in this program.
Well, that's great to know that they've got that kind of outreach opportunity anytime, 24/7, basically.
Exactly.
Okay, so I know a lot of companies are really getting into taking care of their employees, and health. And health insurance is a big part of a P&L statement because, if people get sick, then of course, the insurance has to pay for it, but then everybody on the payroll gets the opportunity to contribute next
Yes.
year when insurance rates get adjusted, right? Yes.
Yes.
So how are you guys reaching out to the local companies to help them see this broader picture of prevention?
We work with a number of HR directors.
Okay.
And it really is a problem. How do you manage healthcare costs?
Yeah.
So knowing that being overweight and obesity contribute to heart disease, cancer, diabetes, those are very expensive conditions to have. And it just creates also inflammation throughout your whole body, more aches and pains. You groan a lot when it's not just aging, but it's a lot of it just
Getting out of the car.
Yeah. So by working with them, we offer on-site programs. So if they're large enough, we can actually come in once a week and facilitate on-site the weigh-ins right then and there, and the counseling right then and there. If they're smaller corporations, we can provide other solutions as well. And then we work with them on special programs, employee discounts, relationships. But the whole key is to help encourage people to reduce their weight, which reduces the other comorbidity diseases, which are, we talked about the heart problem, cancer, diabetes are most common. And that ultimately leads to lower rates. And it provides a huge amount of savings. So a very nominal investment. We do recommend that both the corporation and the employee contribute to the program, because then everybody's in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, when you have a little bit of skin in the game, you pay attention a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So do they provide like at your place you've got a specific room that's private where people can converse with their coach? When you're on site to these large companies and things like that, do they provide the same kind of opportunity for you?
There should be a discrete area.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a fully dedicated room, but just at least a section where you can have somebody can talk to you about what's going on, because eating conditions can be personal and can be emotional.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that we provide the right level of support to each client as they need it.
One of the things we do education-wise, we've worked with Nebraska Furniture Mart on this as well, is providing education to employees.
That's awesome.
They basically, HR departments are all about, they're trying to, and a lot of times insurance companies are incentivizing them to bring in experts to educate their employees.
Oh, okay.
And so we provide education on site, and would have, I think about like at a company with 2,000 employees or 2,000 plus, they would set up 15-minute intervals for us to educate them on different topics, or 20 or 30 minutes depending on what we need for that certain day, and then we'd be able to break it down into individual consultation times on site.
Well, and I bet that it's furnished very well too if it's at Nebraska Furniture Mart. Like, oh, we got a bed, we got a TV. No. Make a whole little living room there. Well, you guys are really disruptors in this whole arena of healthcare and weight loss. I mean, this is an amazing way to incorporate the coaching factor, the health factor, the diet and exercise all into one really easy way of doing this. And so now I know my viewers and my listeners are just on the edge of their chair wanting to know, how in the world do I find these guys? So let us know where we can find you, how we can reach you, and any other pertinent information that can help them.
So my office is located in the Colony, Texas.
Okay.
And our website is stonebridgechiro, that's CHIRO.com. So that's the best way to reach us and to find out more information about the program.
Okay. And is there any other information that you guys need to share with us today?
For folks that are not in the Dallas area,
Yes.
we serve people around the country. So even if we don't have a site in your particular city, we can work with you remotely. It's a little bit different process. And healthfactorweightloss.com is the website, all spelled out.
Healthfactorweightloss.com. And if there are chiropractors out there that might be interested in learning more about the franchise opportunity, they can call that as well, or email as well.
The information is right on the website.
Awesome.
And I'm more than happy to talk to both chiropractors as well as entrepreneurs and business people about how to bring, it's so satisfying to really make these kinds of changes in people's lives. It's not just selling a widget or whatnot, which can be powerful, but you're making transformational changes in people's lives, and that really is as satisfying sometimes as just making and having an income.
Absolutely.
We've had marriages saved. We've had people just light up. They come in the office, they're disgruntled, they're frustrated, and then we just see this transformation happening of them, and it just, like Mark said, it's why we get up in the morning and why we love what we do.
Yeah, and you get up energetically because you're nice and healthy too.
We have our amp up square. Yeah,
Oh, I want to learn more about that. Well, thank you again, Mark and Andrew, for being here on Coffee with Claire. And thanks again to our listeners and viewers as well. Please be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We'll see you next time on Coffee with Claire. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Coffee with Claire. To learn more about today's guests, visit their website or find them on Facebook. To learn more about me, Claire Billingsley, follow me on LinkedIn or visit my website at coffeewithclaire.tv. And to hear more episodes of Coffee with Claire, subscribe, rate, and review the show on your favorite podcast and social media platforms.